I had all the ingredients I felt were necessary to be able to go into Rio and compete and win in 2 different sports. That was a huge drive.
David Blair is a para-rower, para-triathlete, and Carleton student. Born with albinism, Blair has been visually impaired since birth.
The closest way I can bring somebody able-bodied to understand it is, for me, my vision is part of my identity. And I've worked it into a really positive part of who I am. It's why I've been able to compete all over the world. It's why I've been able to represent the country I love and sort of show everyone who supported me that I am worth it.
One of the things you'll have noticed about Dave is that he has an incredible ability to focus. When Dave wants something, does what he can and make sure he gets it.
Blair works alongside a guide who is tethered to him all 3 legs of the race.
As a coach, as a fellow athlete, and for me as a mentor, they push me a fair bit too, because the guide needs to be better than the athlete.
It's interesting experience on the bike. Like, he's very focused, riding together and building that trust from the very beginning, knowing that the person who's in front of you isn't going to do something to kill you.
With a para-triathlon in sight, Blair, like all para-athletes, had to undergo routine classification. This process has been modified since he was first classified in 2010.
To race as a para-athlete, you need to meet a minimum standard of disability. And then a B3 level athlete, which is what I was, is the most sighted and can distinguish objects, shapes, and just has difficulty with seeing details. In 2014, when I raced again, this time as a para-triathlete, the classifier ruled that I was too sighted to race. So 2 days before competing at the World Triathlon Championships, I was told I wouldn't be allowed to compete. I got to watch from the sidelines.
Oh, he sent a text saying he was going to call because something's come up. And I thought, oh crap, they've crashed the bike. But no, it was he didn't classify. We hadn't seen that coming at all.
It was tough because you could tell from his voice how upset he was. I mean, athletes are they're like thoroughbred horses. They're ready to race.
Training teaches me all of the skills and qualities that I think are really important to have. It teaches me the importance of persevering. It teaches me how to find what's worth training for. No athlete on the national level can train as they do only for themselves.
I think it's not just athletic ability, it's more of his, I think it's his focus he brings with it, like the mental side. Like athletically, he's very strong, he's very gifted, and for triathlon anyway, he's a little bit big, upper muscular-wise for a triathlete. But the mental side, that's what he brings, that's above average. There was a rough patch, but now it's coming back up. Sometimes you need to listen more than to give advice because he has a lot of the answers. He just needs somebody to chat with. I think it's too bad he got the class because he was a shot at definitely winning. He was like a podium potential and not just like top 3. He was very much more 1, 2 and chasing down that one spot.
For Blair and his parents, the memory of gold still glimmers.
The first time I raced internationally was the heat for the World Championship. It's the first time I've heard Germany, lane 3, Canada, lane 4, GB. And it was terrifying to sit there. It was the longest 10 minutes of my life waiting for the start to go, but it went, and so did we. We ended up setting a world record.
I watched through my fingers. I think I was hyperventilating by the end of it. One of the most exciting things is to, excuse me, is to watch the Canada flag go up and hear the anthem and know it's because of your son. Excuse me.
I remember what it's like to love doing what I was doing, and I'm holding on to that. The story's not over. If I classify again, I may very well race in the future.
For the 25th hour, I'm Bethany Rubin.